Home Squad Sports. Sorry, I had some technical difficulties, but we are back, ready to go over our draft grades, go over transfer portal, and Elite 11 as well. Got a lot of stuff to talk about there. Dalton, how you doing, man?
I'm good. What's up, man? How you doing?
Doing good, bro. Got Kentucky Derby this week. We're in Louisville. That's where the Kentucky Derby's held. Obviously, big week for us. It's like a biggest holiday we got, right? So it's probably gonna rain. So
absolutely. It looks bad.
yeah, it's probably gonna rain. So got to find you a horse that's good in the slop.
Good. Dad's a mutter, hopefully.
Yeah, he loves the slop. So I don't know, put you a little $10, $20 there if you can. I think you can bet on DK horse even if it's not legal in your state, like normal betting. So whatever. So let's go ahead and get into it though.
You can do that. I've seen.
Yeah.
That's chocolate. I didn't know you couldn't bet.
Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, so I think
legally,
Florida, you're not allowed to bet, but you can bet on the DK horse app. So I don't know how that works, different rules, but yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. We got a lot to cover. Dalton, want to get your thoughts as well. We were live in person in Nashville for Elite 11, the top quarterback camp in the nation. They've produced so many guys that Heisman winners, first overall draft picks that's gone through the camp, and I want to go ahead and just get into it. So we got our top performers. If you haven't seen it on socials yet, we got Bryshawn Brown, Bronzden Chaffin, Corey Dailey, Tyler Thompson, Terry Walker, and Jonas Williams. Dalton, give me your thoughts overall, guys, just what you saw, because you had the front row seat just like I did, and just what you saw out of these QBs.
Oh man, these guys were like way better than everybody else.
Yeah,
that's all I gotta say.
Yeah,
about these
such a drop off.
It was
a couple that they're like, all right, it was hard to leave them off a couple, but not a lot.
Not like last time. It was hard to get down to 9. We almost had 12 or 13.
It's true.
So I will say the top of this class stood out more.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know if that means the depth wasn't as good. There was more quarterbacks too. There were 60 this time. Yeah, we still had honestly less choices at the top. So I think wasn't as good as we were expecting, but these guys really stood out.
They did, and man, yeah, it was like as soon as we started, these guys started to really separate themselves, and we come in. Yeah, we went through 61 quarterbacks of all their highlight films before the camp. We get the rosters early, went ahead and looked at all of them, see who we're looking at, got the list, and I don't know, we usually cut it down about half going in, usually less. And then as soon as we get in, guys just start separating themselves from the jump, and it's like, gosh, these guys are good.
Before we get into position drills, we can tell.
Yeah. Some of them just like, all right, they're spinning it different. And we've seen guys who put up Superman tape out there and then come out there and just don't really look like the same guy. Yeah, not the same guy. But then the other way around, like as soon as you see these guys in person, you're like, oh my God, you see why this guy's good. So let's start from the bottom. We got Jonas Williams. He's committed to USC. Good guy, kind of a compact thrower, built guy. You look at him, he's like, maybe he needs to lose 5 or 10 pounds, but then you get close to him, like, no, he's fine. Yeah. He's just kind of built.
I don't know, maybe he's short, but I didn't know.
But he could 6'1", he's listed as. I would say he's about 6 foot.
Yeah.
6'1.5".
He just looks short because he's stocky, I guess. Yeah, but I like his arm, man. He didn't miss on any throws that I can really remember all day.
No, he didn't. All these guys are so consistent from the start to finish, and got rockets for arms. So yeah, he's going to USC.
Good for him to go to USC too, man. They come Raleigh.
Yeah.
You don't win a lot of games, but he definitely produces quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You can't argue that.
No.
If anybody says that, you're just hating.
Yeah, exactly. And then we see all these great quarterbacks. College coaches kind of getting older, moving on to the pros, or just moving on, not coaching anymore. There's not a lot of college coaches that have got a lot of rings, like active, kind of like college basketball right now. Kirby and Dabo. I think Kirby and Dabo, and then are the only two, I think. Right, and Ryan Day, throwing Day, Ryan. So now we got only three coaches active with national champions. Yeah, yep. So I'm saying like that he gets out the Heisman's. That's why Lane Kiffin's Lane Kiffin's one of the top in college football. Maybe for whatever reason he's still on the top. Maybe just the people aren't there anymore that were, but he's still one of the top. I think that's one of the reasons. But like you said, a guy that really churns out Heisman guys and first round quarterbacks. As opposed to playoff wins and rings. So, all right, let's go ahead and move on. Another guy we're going to show you his highlights too. We got an interview with as well, Terry Walker III. What a guy. He's going to Duke. He's going to be a Duke Blue Devil, and I think he was the best quarterback out of all of them.
Yeah,
he had the best day.
Jonas won the MVP because but a lot of these things, I think it's a big name thing.
Yeah,
they usually pick the guy that's committed to the biggest school.
Usually they got guys.
11, but they usually
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah, I think they invite the best, and then who they choose from there is kind of like they have to kind of save their own on. They don't want to choose you, and then you end up uncommitted, or you go to a low FIU or something. Which is nothing wrong with that. You got to choose who's the best. That's where we kind of play in too. We don't really base our list on who you got committed, and I think on our last list we didn't have anybody on that was committed. I don't think Brady Edmonds. Brady Edmonds was Ohio State. Yes, yeah, Nick Kinsey. He was Eastern Michigan the day that we dropped his highlight tape, but we only had one guy committed on our last list. He was Ohio State, Brady Edmonds. So Terry Walker and Jonas Williams are our only committed guys on this list. But I think Terry Walker was the best one. So then we got Tyler Thompson, long hair guy, surfer looking dude. He's good. He can spin it, man. Yes. Yes.
He's a little bit bigger than him.
Sebi Masick.
I like him. But he was really accurate, man, just like Sebi, man.
Yes.
Every ball he threw was great. On the run, I mean, I heard the coaches were getting fired up.
They were.
And that's when you know somebody's doing good.
Yeah.
When the coaches are getting happy when they're throwing, because they don't do that often there, honestly.
No, and then
you got to be really throwing it good. So.
That's right. And then, I want to bring up that because we got Devin Gardner, former Michigan quarterback, is like one of the main quarterback coaches that's running the drills, and he coaches them kids hard. I remember he said, if this isn't for you, just get in the back of the line, man. Like he's there. These kids aren't just spending their money and getting their Elite 11 shirt. They're getting better. They're getting good coaching too.
Oh, yeah.
So they do those drills really well. But like you said, Tyler Thompson. They do. We were out there for what, 5 hours, just or out there about 4.5 hours, standing, getting it. So
they do 40s, they do all the
broad jump, all that. Yep.
And then they just do the little warm up. The quarterbacks do all the time.
Yeah.
They do drills. Then they do one. It takes a lot. It's a lot of football thrown that day.
A lot of
you get good evaluation.
A lot of throws with guys you've never thrown before. Drills you've never done before from guys you've never got coached with before. So, and then you got things where they're doing the accuracy challenge where every rep counts, and you get a lot of them. So, get double-edged sword. If you give 100 reps, everyone counts. You start stacking up a couple of bad ones, then you kind of they'll move. We've seen they switch up the groups a little bit. We see that. So yeah. So another guy we want to go in here is Big Corey Dailey from Texas. Big rifle guy. I mean, probably had the strongest arm out of all of them, possibly. I think probably the best arm strength.
Came out. He was
long bodied.
Man, he probably came out faster.
Yeah, we're gonna drop his highlights next. So yeah, we got Terry Walker. Yeah, he's from Texas too, and those Texas guys always bring it, man. And they don't care where the camp's at; they're gonna come and show they can throw it.
I like what he was doing for sure.
Yeah.
Pit offer.
Yeah, pit offer. Yep, that's his biggest offer, and that's where he's. It says on 247 he's kind of warm right there, so he might be at Pitt, which would be a great get for Pitt. I'd like to see him at Pitt.
It's a good fit.
Yeah, I like it.
I guess Kenny Pickett was good college.
Yeah.
Only 1 year actually.
Yeah, and then they had the guy that played for who talk about. Yeah, he's a big guy. He was bad. What's his name? Yeah, Nathan Peterman. Okay, so then next one we have here, Bronzden Chaffin was a guy that was really consistent from Tennessee. He picked up an offer from Virginia Tech a couple of days before the camp. He was pretty good too, pretty consistent, and he was just nothing bad to say about his game. He can roll around. That's why the Hokies offered him too.
Yeah, I like his arm strength. One-on-ones, I've seen him get to a lot of good deep balls.
Yeah. Yep, he was good. And then the guy that's probably one of my favorites here that we met off the top was Bryshawn Brown. Bryshawn Brown is a freaking character, dude. He's such a good dude. We walked in, and one of the first guys we kind of met, and he's a big guy. He's kind of a Jameis Winston type of character, he's bouncing around, he's smiling around when he's throwing the ball in drills. He's having fun, but he's taking it serious. He's a great guy. We got to meet his coaches. His coaches drove him all the way up there. His OC. He's big body, about 6'5", can put a little weight on, but his coach said that's what he's been doing. His coach said when he comes into college, he's going to be 230. That's what he said. So I guess they got a plan, and that's a good goal to have.
I like that.
Yeah. He's good. So Bryshawn Brown's pretty good. And speaking, we'll show you how good he is because we do have his highlights here ready. Let's go ahead and roll them and show y'all, get some other stuff. Let's go ahead and get to the draft, Dalton, before I get the Terry video pulled up. All right, Senior Bowl. Absolute dogs drafted here. So we got, obviously we were in the Senior Bowl. We got to see a lot of these guys that were drafted, and really got to see them up close. We got to see a lot of things unfold in real time that, later on Gray Zabel, we got to see it up close. What is some of these guys that, were drafted that kind of you want to give a shout out to that we got to see? You got DK. I know you're former Florida guy.
All 4 of the Florida players got drafted from the Senior Bowl.
Yes.
Jamiri, DK, Shamar James, Jeremy Crawshaw, the punter, got drafted 6th round, actually, by the Broncos. And, of course, my man, Cam Jackson.
Yes. Shout out Cam Jackson. Yeah, shout out Cam Jackson.
I love that Shamar James to the Cowboys. Really a modern-day linebacker. Fast. A little undersized, but he can cover great in the pass game, man. So, shout out to all of them. And then Thomas Fedone, Nebraska Titan, talked to him a little bit during the thing, and he got drafted by the Giants. So, hopefully, he can make some noise for us there at tight end. Yeah,
I like him. We'll get into your grades. We'll get into your grades in a second of all these teams that you were able to get together. And man, some of these guys knocked the draft out the park, and a lot of these guys knocked the draft out the park because they got guys that played in the Senior Bowl. A lot of guys slipped in the draft because they didn't play in the Senior Bowl. Now, we're not trying to sound biased, but I think it's pretty well known. This is the premier game, post All-Star game, whatever you want to call it, to raise your stock. This is it. So we. Hell no. So I got an email from the people at Senior Bowl. Me and Dalton did. We want to get over it. So 106 players selected. Wow. So that's 41% of the draft was Senior Bowl. How many players do they have? 106 players out of the 257 were drafted. Oh, yeah, right. 257 out of the whole draft. This marks the 5th consecutive year where Senior Bowl draft picks have accounted for at least 40% of the entire draft class. Okay, so 7 first-round draft picks, 50 for the first 3 rounds, which you can see on your screen, 50 of the top 102 players from the Senior Bowl. All 32 clubs selected at least one Senior Bowler. Come on. Come on, y'all. This is real stats. This is real stats. I got a lot of first-rounders here. We got Mimbu, we got Shamar, Stewart, Gray Zabel, Jackson Dart. Senior Bowl MVP Jack Beck went to 58th overall. So, and then SEC set a record for 79 total players selected. We got to see Jackson Dart pictured here to go into your Giants. So it just goes to show, man, if you got to play against the big dogs, even if you're coming from a littler school, the Senior Bowl is a place to do that. And then if you're already playing with the big dogs, you got a good shot of going to the league. 79. Yeah, 79 is crazy. Yeah. 16 teams. There's a guy that Lott, and then Norman Lott from Tennessee. Omar, yeah, he was at the Senior Bowl. Yeah, okay, he got drafted, right? He only played 17 snaps a game. Yeah, no, he's a pass rushing D tackle. Just goes to show you. Tennessee had a rotation at line. They had like 10 D tackles, yeah, and they were all pretty good. SEC depth. Yep, SEC depth. I can skill the drink. I bet it didn't spill anything crazy. All right, cool. All right, so yeah, like I said, 79 players drafted. Jackson Dart's one of them, and I think he's maybe end up quarterback 1, but not this year. Man. I want to. No. He's not probably gonna play this year. That's fine. You don't want it to. It's bad if he plays. It's no. Giants fan. If he plays this year, something bad happened. That means Russell and James probably both got hurt. Or yeah, they just suck. Yeah, and then if they suck so bad, they might get other guys hurt. Really bad. Yeah. So I agree, but I will say I'm loving Cam Ward by the day. Little things that are coming out about this kid, I love him. I never hated on him, but I just said the only thing I said about him, and I'll be on record. I said Shadur's going to show who went to Incarnate Word and yada yada, but it don't matter anymore because man, Cam Ward, Shadur just pretty much fumbled the whole draft process. I blame Dion. I blame Coach Sanders. I think his dad fumbled it. His dad should have had him. He should have took a Tebow approach. People are saying, well, Manziel had a Heisman in his trophy room. And then Manziel also had, Manziel also had something that's really important, an agent. Because if you watch a documentary with Manziel, you can go back. You can pull up on YouTube on him in the green room. His agent's calling teams, begging them to come to draft him. Yeah, and the SEC. So he had those planned for him. Yeah, and I'm a Shadur guy. I think Shadur still has a chance to be the best. I think somebody's going to get hurt and then trade for Shadur in camp. I think a team's going to lose their quarterback. That's the best case scenario. But he's got to beat. This is Operation Beat Out Dylan Gabriel, right? I mean, he has to beat out Dylan Gabriel. Nothing else should be mattering to him.
That's goal number one first,
yeah.
Dylan Gabriel got picked ahead of him. He's going to get the first scrap, you think?
I mean, with all the quarterbacks on the roster, just the reps that he's going to not be able to get are insane, right? So it's like not a lot of reps to go around in practice. But I'm very curious to see what's going to happen before we get into our draft grades. Kind of elaborate on that. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and get some transfer portal news as well. Colorado did get a Larry Johnson, offensive lineman from Tennessee, big body. They have a really big offensive line. If they don't, if Colorado doesn't run the ball this year, they just don't want to.
They probably won't.
They should.
Bold prediction.
I think they will just because Marshall Faulk. I mean, they hired Marshall Faulk as their running backs coach. I think they're just going to run a lot alone on that.
I don't think they're going to be good this year. I looked at their roster last night. I know you think they're going to be better.
I think they are. They could be. All right. I mean, hey, I don't know what's going to happen, obviously, but Colorado did have the most wide receivers drafted. That's pretty crazy.
3?
Yeah. So, all right, let's go next to transfer portal. No, Rashada. Nope, not our boy. I was going to say your boy, but he's not our boy. I mean,
opposite of my boy.
Was he a yeah. So, I don't know. They don't even have it y'all on here. He was there for social. He wasn't even officially on campus. So he was like a 5-star coming out, Arizona State, went to try to go to Florida, didn't work out. Georgia didn't work out. Now he's at Sac State. And, man, Sac State's loading up on talent. They've been loading up on talent left and right. I mean, every day we see somebody. Now basketball teams got Mike Bibby as their head coach. Yeah. Yeah, and Shaq, they got Mikey Williams from UCF. And then Shaq's their GM. So, I mean, Sac State's they're all in on their athletic department right now trying to. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah. It's just good. Yeah, exactly. It's good. Good branding. Everything about that. They applied to go to FBS to be an independent, so that'd be cool. If they'll probably let them in. I mean, they're not hiring all these people for no reason to do FCS stuff. They're just not.
They got enough money though.
Yeah, they'll be in. So, all right. So, yeah, Jaden Rashada is finding another home, probably finding. So, I guess he's got, 2 years of eligibility? I mean.
The way his team works now, they might have 4.
Yeah, who knows? That's true. All right. So, yeah, he's.
7, 9,
Cam McCormick. Yeah, it's crazy. Then our guy, Joe Jefferson, your guy.
Yep.
Family friend, go ahead and announce it there from going to Louisville.
Yeah, I got a call Saturday morning from one of my best buddies, and he said, "Hey, man, bro just transferred to UL." So that's pretty sick. I didn't believe him at first. But yeah, he's going to be there. I'm going to be in a lot of games this year, hopefully.
Heck yeah. And,
it makes sense. He committed to Purdue under Braun originally, and then he didn't get to play for him only his freshman year.
Yeah.
And then Braun left, and see what happened to Purdue after that.
Yeah.
He just wanted to go to greener pastures. Went to Western Michigan. Guess it didn't work out there. Hopefully, I think maybe was too good for him.
Yeah.
That's why he's at Louisville. That would make sense. But I'll talk to him about it. But good job, man. I hope he starts there. Hopefully, he gets on the field. See what he can do.
Yeah.
I don't know about Louisville safety depth this year, but we'll see.
I know. I know he's trying to get. He got a lot of reps last year. I mean, so he's a guy that. Yeah, he's a guy that's been on the field in big games. He's a Big Ten guy. So yeah, I mean, we want to want to add. He did go to Western Michigan during the portal during spring. I assume he balled out if he gets upgrade. We don't have the practice film, obviously. So yeah. So it's a pretty good look for him, man. We'll be at some games. Probably have to throw Louisville on our tailgate series because we don't know if anyone's heard, but we're going to do a tailgate series next year. We want to go to maybe 2 college games and do some nice tailgating with some folks and do a nice video for that. Show some barbecue skills because I'm getting nasty on the grill. This year, and
I get to go to Baton Rouge this year too. Florida,
you're. So what all games did you get to go so far? UK and Florida.
UK and LSU.
And then
sister got season tickets. So
yeah, that's lit. Oh yeah, and then even if she didn't, you're probably there. Especially. I mean, you were there in the past couple of years when Florida was dog. So yeah, so I mean, you got to think this is the best y'all have been in probably 4 years.
Yeah, I've seen the field get stormed 2 times. But that tells you how real I am as a fan. Keep going back.
You are a real one.
This year, if we lose, I definitely see them on the field this year. they suck, and we're gonna be good.
I think y'all are gonna be just. I think y'all are gonna be great. But now,
my God, I've seen the mock draft way too early.
but McShay put out his. But everybody's putting out theirs. Yeah.
Or somebody, they had there's 3 Florida guys first round. So watch out for us. We got Cam Banks, man, D tackle. They haven't going top 10.
Yeah.
That's Patrick D tackle next year. We're gonna be a problem, man. This is Napier's make it or break it year with the talent we got.
Yeah, there's a lot of good guys and a lot of good guys still on the market because we got some available transfers right now. Now, this is what we're looking at. This is who's on the market right now. It changes every day, but this is most up to date. We got some guys. Anybody here on the list that maybe might still find in the home that could be an instant impact for some of these guys?
I like Montour. He's pretty good. He was at he's projected to go to Miami, I think. I see him.
Yeah, crystal ball.
Yeah.
And then you all lost Gregory Smith. Tell me about him.
He's a pretty good safety. He was most improved. He was most improved DB.
But you all still have Cormani McLean there at DB still. It's pretty crazy. Is he going to get on the field this year? I know he's played corner, but is he going to get on the field? Yeah.
He should play. As soon as he got on the field last year, he had a pick 6. So.
Oh, yeah, he did have a pick 6.
First play.
Yeah. Shout out to him.
First play of the year. So, he got talent.
Yeah.
He just needs to, we haven't had no issues since he's been in. That was one thing
I
will say about Billy. We have no issues off the field, ever.
It's true.
If we start winning, we'll see if that's...
You and Dion.
Yeah. We really have nothing happened since he's been there. So, shout out to him for that part. It's hard to do that nowadays, man.
It is, especially when you got guys coming in, guys coming out, guys knowing that they're leaving, knowing that they're just not locked in. They know when they're leaving in a couple weeks or a month when it opens up, portal. Exactly. This guy looks like Mike Vick, number 2, his Houston guy. AJ Mulsey. He looks like a young Mike Vick. Yeah, he looks like a young Mike Vick right there. He looks like a young Mike Vick, dog.
Not many big impact guys right
No, a lot of them are gone, but...
most of these guys are pretty... I'm not saying they're not good.
But you need depth, man. You need a good scout team. And with college being the pros now, the scout team is more important than ever.
We had him on our list a long time ago.
Yeah?
And he's still up there.
Really? Okay. All right, now let's go ahead and get into it. We got one more. Your guy right here. We want to go over this, the Buccaneers defensive line, before we get into their draft. Is this official, the tush-push stopper? Is this it?
I think he should make a team just for the 4th down.
Yeah.
Fourth down.
Yeah. He's going to make the team.
I think he should.
Yeah.
His conditioning's up to par. But you only need him a couple of plays a game.
Yeah.
Him and beat up beside each other. Yeah, stop the tush-push. I think if they get the tush-push on that, then you got to ban it.
I was watching a video yesterday. It popped up on my timeline feed of the very first tush-push with Jacoby Brissett. Sirianni was at the Colts, right?
Oh, yeah.
It was against the Titans. So, and I don't know the year. I want to look at it, but I think our former teammate Taywan Taylor was in the game. Was of the other team. He was a part of the official tush push, the very first one. He might have been he been in the first tush push game.
Oh, in the game.
Yeah. He was he played in that game.
Yeah.
So it was pretty crazy. So tush push stopper right here, man. People are thinking it should be outlawed as a play. Just stop it. Yeah, if this can't stop it, then maybe they should. Yeah, I agree.
What are you gonna do? Get a 600-pound guy?
You just can't stop it. No, hey, you know how you stop a 4th and 1? Don't let it be 4th and 1. Don't let it be 4th and 1. So yeah, I'm right there with it. So let's go ahead and move on, Dalton. Let's get into the draft grades. A lot of grades to get into, a lot of guys. So we got every single pick here. We got the grades. So Dalton got the grades. Every single pick, we'll go over them. Obviously, some guys, are just self-explanatory on some of these teams. A lot of these teams knocked it out the park. No team really tanked the draft. I think the Rams, we'll get into the Rams. I think they did great just because they added another pick next year for first round. So we'll see. But let's go ahead and start it, man. We got Bills and Panthers. Maxwell Hairston, DB, fastest corner, DB at 40 time, coming out of Kentucky. Anybody on this list that you're seeing that, is kind of a standout, a guy that, we should be talking about more and more?
I like this draft, man. It's solid all around, of course, so I gave it a B. TJ Sanders, really underrated D tackle prospect, I think. He's a great pass rusher inside.
Mm-hmm.
Landon Jackson, we seen him at Senior Bowl.
Yeah, we did.
Had a great week. And then his film against Will Campbell was awesome.
Yes.
I watched it.
Oh my God, I seen that too. They was going at it. And man, I'm so on the fence about Will Campbell. I'm so on the fence about him, dog.
Did you see him after his interview though?
Yeah, he's a cool dude. No, he's a great mic dude.
I mean that makes me think he's gonna be good.
I hope so. I hope no. I don't hope. I don't hope that he's not good. It's just I don't know. There's some freaks in the league.
Walker, fourth round. Landon Jackson, third round, though. Great value.
Yes, true.
Deion Walker, fourth round, another beast there. I love what they did on defense. A lot of depth, a lot of good depth picks here on defense, and you need that. They're constantly losing guys.
Yeah.
You know, they got paid Josh Allen.
Yeah, true.
So these teams have good quarterbacks. You got to go to the draft. So I like this draft. The first 5 rounds, I think all the guys will contribute on defense. Jackson Hall is great. Pass blocking tight end, run blocking tight end. I think he has some upside in the passing game, though. We've seen him at the Senior Bowl, too.
Yeah.
A couple of good catches. In team period. Hayden Prather, 6'4", 205 receiver to get in the 7th round. I like taking the flyer there. The only reason I'm giving it an A, they could have used a receiver earlier, man. They need some more weapons.
A lot of people took a receiver too late, I think. We did. I mean, we took Matthew Golden first round. I know we took Golden first round, but I think we should have took one second, doing it back to back. I know we got Savion a third, but I think we should have went back to back or traded up and got a really early second. That's just my opinion because I think there was a fall off, and then the other guys like that are lower, the Restrepos, the guy like that, they're good. I love them. I would love if we got them, but they're projects, and we need guys that are going to get stats now. So yeah, I agree. A lot of these first 5 guys are going to guys instant impact for them. Bills need to build through the draft when you got a max quarterback guy. So I agree. And another team that might have another max guy on their hand is the Panthers with. I don't know if we'll get a max, we'll see. But Ted McMillan, their first round pick, tap out Bryce. Nick Scorton from Texas, another guy we got to see at the Senior Bowl. Then we have Princely Umanyalan. Yeah. Trevor Etienne, Lathan Ransom, Cam Jackson, our guy from Florida. Got an interview with him. And then Jimmy Horn and Mitchell Evans. Jimmy Horn, steal at 6th round.
Oh, see, that's where
Steele Restrepo, he's oh, you think Restrepo's good? Okay, Jimmy Horn's faster and better. Shout out Restrepo.
I didn't see either one of them good NFL prospects. Jimmy Horn would have been a great 6th round pick on a good team. I said luxury for a team like the Panthers. She's going to be mostly a punt returner, kick returner in the NFL. They need guys that are going to produce on offense. I think he's just too small to really produce. You don't see guys like that produce in the NFL. He's not. Tavon Austin couldn't do it. He was,
I think
type small guy. If Horn, I hope he does go out there and have a 100-yard season a couple times next year. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I think.
I don't see it happen. And then let's give it a C+, but I don't. ATN 4th round, dude. They don't need a running back.
No.
They just got Rico Dowd.
They got Chuba.
And Jonathan Brooks. They drafted 2nd round a couple years ago. He tore the ACL again, but still, they got 3 backs. In the system.
Yeah.
ATN's a great back too. Great pass catcher. Man.
Really good in the pass game. Really good. Really going on anybody that want to watch some highlights on our Senior Bowl highlights. He broke somebody's ankles in the pass game running a route. He broke somebody's ankles, but yeah, he's a beast. I like both. I don't hate both these teams' picks. It's hard to differentiate where you're going to give the grades, but I think all these guys got pretty spot on grades. So let's go ahead and move on. We got Bucks, Titans, and Commanders. Man. Emeka Ajigba, obviously big guy. I think he broke the record for receptions, I think, in Ohio State in yards. Yeah, catches. I think it's both, maybe both. But yeah, Benjamin Morrison, who our guy Draft Professor Jim absolutely loves. He loves Ben Morrison. Yeah, he had some medical issues, so I think that's what was kind of keeping him back. Jacob Parrish, David Walker, Elijah Roberts, and then a 7th round possible steal in Tez Johnson from Oregon. Obviously ran a bad 40, which he turned into Tank Johnson. Tez Johnson turned into Tank Johnson as far as draft stock. It tanked, unfortunately. But we like Tez. We got to see him at the Senior Bowl as well. But give us your thoughts here on the Bucks overall. Not as many picks as a bunch of these teams, but what'd you think?
Well, I like it. Obviously, give him an A, but it's really about the 2 corners here, the 2nd, 3rd round.
Love it.
They had to have corners, and I like both of these guys. Shaw Parrish at the Senior Bowl is one of the fastest in the class. Ran like a 4.3 flat, very athletic player. play nickel or outside. That's what they need, versatility. And then Morrison, like we were talking about, he's one of the best corners in the draft. He was healthy. He probably would have been consensus top 15. Same, like Will Johnson.
Yeah.
That's the only thing about this class. A lot of the corners at the top had a medical concern. But David Walker, Central Arkansas, he was also at the Senior Bowl. Kind of slept on there just because we didn't know who he was coming in.
No.
But he had a good week. And then I watched him.
And was he the guy that they added during the week?
Yes.
Yeah, he's the guy they added during the week. He wasn't at the first. He wasn't at the first day of practice. He might have missed the first 2 days of practice, and then because guys were pulling out. Yeah, guys were pulling out because of medical, and then or because they were just showing out. It's kind of a mix of both. Mike Green was one of those guys who pulled out because he was just doing so good, so they brought this guy in, and man, I love to see that, and I love to see both ways. The team reaching out and the players saying, "Hell yeah, I'll come pull up. Let's go do it." So yeah, I like the grade here, A. And yeah, like you said, DB is a big need for them. I think the Bucks can make a freaking run this year. I think they can make a run.
Man,
I think they make a run.
me too.
I like him. Baker, I've really turned the corner on Baker. I think that since the Browns, I think he's changed a lot. I don't think his face is everywhere. Yeah, for sure. I think that's spot on. I think he's had a heck of a career too, especially with him. They were just kind of treating him like a hot potato there for a second. So move on to the Titans, who had the number 1 overall pick. They snagged their quarterback in Cam Ward. They got your boy Shamir Dike, Alik Ayamonor from Stanford. A couple of these guys are standing out. Jackson Slater in the 5th round, offensive lineman. Yeah. Gunnar Helm as well. So a B rating you gave him. And then our boy, Aladejo. That's our boy we met at Senior Bowl from UCLA. Really cool guy. Character is a first round character. Maybe a top 5 pick character. Maybe first pick. Him and Ryan Leonard character team.
He's gonna win the franchise.
Yeah. Whatever that's called. Man of the year. Maybe man of the year. Future man of the year winner. I wouldn't doubt it. He's a great person. Yeah. While we think that, we'll let you all in on the insight. Me and Dalton, obviously, we covered Senior Bowl. After the Senior Bowl wrapped, we went up to take an elevator to go to the press conference, and this guy's standing here, Aladejo. Yeah. It's pretty much it's me, Dalton, Aladejo, and like a media person, like a press guy, a girl, a woman who's kind of ushering. It's just us 4, and we're just in this waiting for this really long elevator, which seemed like an elevator. I feel like it seemed like this elevator took 3-5 minutes to come down. So we got to chill with Aladejo and just got to talk to him. And he just wrapped up the Senior Bowl, was still in his gear, and really nice guy. Built like a tank. Greek god, just chiseled guy. He's chiseled.
He's really raw too. I like what they're gonna do with him.
Yeah, and some people might think that's a reach. I don't think that's a reach. He's a good pick. He's a good pick for them.
Kevin Winston's a good pick too.
Yeah, they got a good draft. Yeah. I don't know if Fannin was on the. Obviously, we don't have the. We didn't have room. Yeah, I didn't have room to put the actual pick, but there were so many good tight ends on the board. Still fourth round. I agree.
Evans 6th round. I like better. He's one of the best value picks of the whole draft.
Yeah, and then like you said, they instantly got better. I don't know how many wins. It looks like they're going to probably trade Will Levis. We'll see if anybody bites on that. I don't know if anybody's going to trade for him. I love Shamir Dike. He's a big body, but like also fast. Yeah. Oh yeah.
He was at Wisconsin before.
Yeah. Yeah, they had a quarterback. Yeah, and then
Graham Mertz was a good quarterback. Apparently, if you're drafted, you're a good quarterback.
Oh yeah. Well, hold on.
That's pretty much the rule.
I think obviously it should be in here. We'll get into that later. All right. So then we go to the Commanders, which had a really good draft. They didn't need to go too deep in the draft because I think they got a lot of guys that are ready to win now, and they've added Laramie Tunzel, but they didn't stop them getting some help up front with Josh Connerly, our guy. We interviewed him as well at the Senior Bowl. Another Senior Bowl guy. We just turned around. So, yeah, Jalen Lane as well. Oregon guy. I think I've been saying it all draft process. I think they should move Josh Connerly to guard. Have him next to Laramie Tunzel, or if you want to put him opposite at right tackle, I get it, sure, do it. But I think if you want to get your most value out of it, throw him at guard. But they don't draft guards that high, So, but they should because they can get a ring. And Mekhi Becton. Just look at Mekhi Becton and how that worked out. He went from a Jet. They were thinking he might be out the league if this didn't work out in Philly, and he moved to guard, and now he's got a big shiny ring. So Trey Amos as well, another guy. Jalen Lane, sneaky wide receiver. Yeah, I like him.
Kenny Madrano, one of the fastest linebackers. This is about speed. This is a speed draft of the Commanders. All these guys are really fast. Even Connerly for a lineman is really fast.
Yeah, he can move.
Trosky Barrett, got played one game last year at Arizona. Had some issues with eligibility.
Okay.
So he's really raw, but he got so much talent, man. He was great at New Mexico 2 years ago. I like that 7th-round flyer.
Yeah, it's
a solid draft run. Having 5 picks.
Now it's a flyer, but I mean, with this loaded running back class, it's like, hey, you earned it, man. In this loaded running back class, and last year she probably would have been a 5th rounder, at the running back. So that wraps it up for these. Let's go ahead into the next set of squads here. Now we got the Steelers, Niners, and Seahawks. Derek Harmon, hot topic in the draft process, kind of a riser. If you know him, you don't. If you do, he Oregon defensive lineman. He was projected to go to the Packers at one point, up and down. Caleb Johnson, he gets his pretty much rocked the same jersey from Iowa to the Steelers. So I think I was on Reddit and they seen, who's your best back in the draft. And I'm so torn between him and Omari and Hampton on who's going to have day one impact in just, 10 years.
I got Caleb Johnson in my Dynasty draft today, Dynasty rookie draft.
Love it.
I think he's going to start for them.
I love that. Oh, yeah, hell yeah. Yeah.
Jalen Lawrence get 3rd down back.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a starter.
I love Caleb Johnson there. I think he's a great fantasy pickup. I can't wait for fantasy this year.
Yeah, so I like their picks. I just thought they needed to get quarterback earlier. I thought they should have Shador.
Yeah, they should have.
Round.
Yeah. Will Howard's.
I have a good developmental guy, and I don't think, like I said, we don't have a good developmental guy.
Yeah.
Jack Sawyer's a good pick, though, man. I like Jack Sawyer a lot.
Yeah.
And then Yaya Black, another Senior Bowl guy. He's really physical D-tackle, great against the run. So it's a decent draft. There's nothing great to write home about. I don't love taking guys with 1-year production in the 1st round. Harmon only had 1 good year.
That's true.
He's bad at Michigan State, Central Oregon involved. Could be a teammate thing around him,
Yeah, and then like you said, I think a lot of people are noticing that in the trend that interior defensive lineman is just such a gamble in the draft. You just don't know what you're getting. I mean, if you're not Jalen Carter, you just really don't know what you're getting. you can go get 4th round and get a guy that plays like a 1st round. You bring in a guy that looks like Tarzan, plays like Jane. So, all right, let's go ahead to the Niners. Michael Williams, a guy that had a great draft process that rose up in a lot of people's boards, got drafted pretty high as well. Alfred Collins, Nick Martin, Upton Stout, Western Kentucky. Jordan Watkins from our hometown, Louisville, Kentucky. Shout out. Curtis Rourke, Indiana quarterback, even though despite the injury getting picked up.
I love the 7th-round pick.
3. The 4. 4 7th-rounders.
I'm thinking about that 7th-round pick.
What? Curtis Rourke? Yeah, he's not good.
I'm thinking Brock Purdy 2.0.
Oh my gosh.
Brock Purdy ain't good either.
He can't play. I don't think he might not play this year, Curtis Rourke.
That's fine. I don't need to play this year.
Yeah, okay. I mean, we'll see. He almost threw it.
Start Purdy 2nd.
They said he almost threw at the combine.
He'll be back now.
But we'll see. I think the Niners, they're a dark horse for Aaron Rodgers.
I think they're a dark horse for being really bad this year.
Oh, yeah. I remember I called it last year. I said their window's shut, man. Their window's shut. Debo.
Hopefully Carousel breaks out. Besides that,
yeah.
I have no interest in them.
No, they're a hard team, I think, to kind of.
Michael Williams, I give him a B- because he went way too early over guys that were better. He was projected like 28 later in the 1st round.
I know. It's like he pretty much jumped up the last week of the draft, before the draft.
And then Nick Martin, 3rd round, also a little too high for me.
Yeah, I feel it.
Not terrible, but
Maybe a C+. That's the only one I would think maybe a C+. No. I know. I was gonna maybe a couple more C's, but I mean I think this is more of a C+. It is.
I like Jordan James 5th round in this system so much.
It's all about.
Shanahan, Jordan James, he can play.
Well, it's all about, do you want to develop or do you want to try to win now? Because you got guys like the Seahawks right here. This is a resounding A. Even with the punt of a draft pick in Jalen Milroe, unless you're going to use him as a Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill though, but I think that's what he should be. But Gray Zabel, obviously, best offensive lineman in the draft in my opinion, besides Mimbu. Nicky Manwari, best combine out of all DBs by far. I think he's still. I don't know how he fell the first round in my opinion. I thought the Steelers were going to grab him instead of Derek Harmon in the first round, but Elijah Arroyo, tight end out of Miami, a great guy. Yeah, I mean, these are great picks, and like you said, Damian Martinez, huge back out of Miami. Yeah.
Ricky White, 7th round. Yeah, okay. One of the best receivers in the nation last 2 years.
Yeah.
Great draft.
Great draft.
They didn't miss on any picks, really. Robbie Oots, they're going to move to fullback. 5th round for fullback. Maybe the only pick you can argue with, but
yeah.
They can probably get him in 7th. Nobody else is going to take a fullback.
No. Undrafted. Could have got him undrafted. Yeah, I like it too. I think please just get the most out of your players. Like, I think they should really use Jalen Milroe as a tight end. Use him as Taysom Hill 2.0. Get the most out of him. I would sit him down and be like, yo, do you want to say you played quarterback in the NFL and be in the league for 24 months, or do you want to try to get a second contract and be a utility guy? And OW is not is going to be his position, offensive weapon. So I think that's what he should be. Shout out to Steve Kim for the cool. Yeah, maybe. I think he's Taysom, bro. He's big. Yes. Yeah, sure. 6'3". There's a lot of 6'3" tight ends out there, bro. No, Taysom Hill play. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're the same. There's only thing difference between them is Cordell returns kicks. I don't think so. He returns kicks. Oh, he's tough. I don't know. He's tough. I don't know if he can take a hit. Hold on. Let's just say this. There's no more kick returns, bro. There's no more kick returners in the NFL. They killed it. Sorry. Thanks, NFL. Yeah, thanks, NFL. You killed it. So let's go ahead and move on to the next ones. Saints, Eagles, and Jets. Saints with your seat, one of the few only C's on here, which I agree. I think they have a tough road. I think it's such a reach with Tyler Shuck in the second round. I don't care who you are. Everybody loves Tyler Shuck all of a sudden, but my eyes work, and I don't know about this draft. I think you graded that accordingly.
I mean, they've been taken to me all line in the first round.
Yeah.
That's 3 in the last 5 years, and they might get even better. So at some point, you got to take different positions because it's not working. Building the interior, I love it, but if it don't work, can't keep going to the well. Shuck, second round, yeah. Way too rich.
Crazy.
Way too early.
Crazy.
Vernon Broughton, 3rd round. Let me ask you a respectable question. Have you heard of that guy?
Never in my life. I was making the list and I said, "Who's this guy?"
Yeah. Okay, so he's projected like 7th round. Yeah, so very overdrafted for Vernon Broughton. Shanker saw the Senior Bowl, but he was also way better safeties on the board.
Yes, true.
I like him, but so their draft to me, they didn't have good picks in the 4th round. After that, I like their next 5 picks. I want to say the back of the draft is good, but
so good.
Pieces.
Yeah.
Like Stutzman, one of the best linebackers in the draft. 2 down linebackers though, probably. Quincy Riley, great corner. We get in the 4th round. Devin Neal's gonna be he's gonna make the team and probably produce. He's a great back.
Devin Neal, Kansas running back, who absolutely pretty much ruined Colorado's season and their chances to get in the playoffs. So single-handedly, Big 12 championship appearance done. So yeah, I agree. And then the rich get richer with the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, God, Jihad Campbell, great pick. Ty Robinson, great pick. Andrew Makuba, I think it's a pretty good pick. Kyle McCord, I don't know about that one, but we'll see. Was Riley Leonard drafted 6th round, right? Yeah, 6th. So we don't know. We don't have the exact pick, but I think it would have been a great pick for Riley Leonard. But it doesn't matter. He went to a good pick as in getting on the field. So Drew Kendall, center. Cameron Williams, Miles Hinton. Yeah, who's your favorite? Maybe besides Jihad Campbell, because obviously he's supposed to be, I guess, your favorite, everyone's favorite.
I mean, all their picks just for great value, except for Kuba might have been a little bit of, maybe, but
with so many first round graded safeties not going in the first round, I feel it a little bit too early.
Ty Robinson, though, could have went a whole round earlier. Great player, had another great Senior Bowl week. Mike McWilliams was there. Shout out his brother. His brother's name's Fish McWilliams.
Oh, great name. Great name.
Let everybody know.
Shut up, Fish.
Yeah, Fish McWilliams. But Mac is a beast. Smile Mondon.
Who?
Smile is how you pronounce it. Mondon, the linebacker from Georgia. Great value, 5th round. He might play there. So. I love that. Yeah, I like McCord going 6th round, man.
Who?
I like McCord going 6.
Oh
He
yeah,
might never see the field in Philly, but
yeah, he won't.
he might have a great preseason or two, and then trade him for something.
Yeah, I feel it. Yeah, get your.
I think he could
I mean,
play
who's their backup?
go back up in the NFL.
Who was their backup last year? Philly.
Tanner McKee is good.
Oh my gosh.
Nobody tells me he started against somebody.
All right.
All
right.
All
right. I really do like out of the late quarterbacks. I really love Riley Leonard going to the Colts. He was going to start a couple games this year. He is. If Tyson Bagent can start his first year, he's going to start a couple of his first year. I seen some videos of Daniel Jones spinning that thing today.
Yeah, against air. Me too.
You seen it?
Yeah.
I almost put it in here. Oh
my God, you didn't.
Oh,
that's air in the NFL. Anthony Richardson was going to do the same thing.
Yeah.
And against air.
I agree.
Jets. B- for the Jets. Mimbu. I like Mimbu, but 7th pick. They just drafted the O lineman 8th last year. I don't like. I just don't like back-to-back same position. That's how I roll.
I feel that.
But I like their 2nd and 3rd round pick. I was already Thomas. They getting him that late. Great.
Yeah.
Him and Shaw together.
Great DB.
They got some physical guys.
Yeah. Another guy that was projected to the Packers for a little bit. Yeah, I think it's a great pick. Mason Taylor, man. Yeah, like you said, Arian Smith. Malachi Moore, who dropped, kind of fell in their lap, right?
Malachi Moore's a great pick, yeah, but I just can't get over the Arian Smith and the Mimbo pick. They're both. No, I don't like either one of them.
You don't like the Mimbo pick?
No, I don't. They took Bryshawn last year. Hey, you got to go a different position. They have other needs.
I just think
they're not like a good team.
Yeah. Well, Thomas Shea has them picking first next year. What do you think about that? What do you think about it? Well, he's got Nussmeier going number 1 next year. Really? I can't. I don't want to comment on that just because I don't know yet. I haven't watched. It's like I know it's like, all right. Do I go and watch last year's film or do I wait for this year's film? I think I'm gonna do a little bit of both.
I have him. Aller going first round.
Aller's got to take a next step. He can. I think he's got to though.
I think he will, but
we'll see. All right, so let's go ahead and move along here swimmingly, move on amicably. All right, Dolphins C+, which is kind of, I'm not saying you're splitting hairs, but just C+ is always a I was happy with C+, so give me a C+. I think the only thing that maybe make this a C- is Ollie Gordon's maybe a reach at 6th round. Yeah, we thought he wasn't drafted at first.
They needed a power back there though.
Yeah,
this is only one of the only teams I like it for because he'll make the team and play.
Yeah, and Quinn Ewers is that's QB2.
I like him. I don't like him. I like him for a 2nd round pick.
Yeah, he looks. Just picture him in a Dolphins jersey. It looks right to me. It looks right.
You never know there. Dante Trader, another Senior Bowl guy.
Yeah.
Interviewed him, great guy. Jason Marshall, Florida guy, staying home, man. Good for Jason Marshall. I thought he was going to go higher. He was a 5-star recruit, and he played great at Florida. He just had some injury issues. But Grant was too early.
Yeah, the only guy that I think they said we don't give a shiz about their medicals or just missed games is Maxwell Hairston with the 5 games he missed with a shoulder. So yeah, I agree. I think a lot of these guys, he's one of the few guys that really had medical questions coming in besides Morrison. But yeah, I like the picks. I think their coach is just not who they need, so it doesn't really matter who they pick. Unfortunately, I don't think McDaniel is just that guy. Yeah, I don't think he's that guy. I think it's just a mid draft for them. But Patriots, I think they had a great draft. I think Vrabel hit the ground running. He got some dogs. Will Campbell, I'm kind of on the fence about him, but I like his mentality at least. He plays hard, so I never have to question that. Travion Henderson, great pick in this draft. Jared Wilson, center out of Alabama, or Georgia. Yeah, sorry. Absolute spinner. Runner. I mean, he ran a 4.9. He's 300 pounds. So go figure. And Kyle Williams, Washington State, wide receiver, good slot guy. Good slot guy. I love him as a slot. He's probably gonna be slot, right? I mean, slot, right? Joshua Farmer too. They got our guy from Florida State. We interview him. I mean, yeah, this is a great draft, bro.
Borgalis, man, one of the best kicking prospects in a couple of years. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. When I was typing that out, I was like, I don't like this, but I mean, it's Patriots. That's Patriots. They've done that. They've done that. They've drafted long snappers 6th round.
They gave them mine, so.
Yeah, I like it still.
Hey, shout them.
Now speaking of a dense draft, is probably one of our most dense ones here with the Vikings. Donovan Jackson, Ty Felton, Tyron Ingram Dawkins, Kobe King, and Gavin Bartholomew. What do you think about here? Gavin Bartholomew is the guy we saw at the Senior Bowl. What do you think about these guys? I like Ty Felton.
Yeah, Ty Felton's a great pick. He might go start wide receiver 3 immediately. He's probably better than Jalen Naylor, who's on number 3 right now. So.
Agreed. He's from Maryland, right?
I mean, Donovan Jackson was a bit of a reach a guard that early.
Guards are hard first round, man. It's hard. But I'm saying guards are a bad first round pick because that's what everyone says. Personally, take him. If he's going to be one of your starting 5, it's a no-brainer. If you don't have plans of starting him, then that's where the questions start. But if you think that guy is going to be on the field protecting your quarterback, we need 5 solid guys. We don't need 2 good tackles, and we need 5 good guys. That's why football's so hard. You need 5 good linemen. I mean, if you have a weak link, it stands out, because then you got to change your scheme. So, I think this is a great grades on these drafts here. Ty Felton's, like you said, a great guy. He's going to probably start maybe day 1. Vikings, man, division's getting scarier and scarier overnight because, I mean, our division was the NFC North was just so bad for so long.
Caleb Williams is good, which we don't think he is, but if he is, the Bears are going to be so good.
I know, I'm scared.
Caleb Williams is good. They're good.
I know, I'm scared. So let's go ahead and another team I'm scared of. We'll see what the Chiefs do this year. Josh Simmons, I think this was a good pick. Omar Norman Lott, we talked about him earlier. I don't know if that was on stream yet, but only 17 snaps a game, defensive tackle from Tennessee. Ashton Gillette from Louisville. I don't like the pick, honestly, man. Nah, don't like him. Not I don't hate him, but I just think he's a second effort guy. And those second effort guys in college usually,
I watched a lot of Louisville games just because, my family likes Louisville. And he got double teamed a lot this year.
Yeah.
He produced 2 years ago.
Yeah. If you can open up lanes. If you can open up lanes for your other guys, then there's always a spot in the league for that. So
you'll get double teamed there with Chris Jones.
Yeah, I know, right? Chris Jones, you should triple team that guy.
Right.
He's a beast.
That's the thing. He's going to be one-on-one a lot.
Yeah.
Like it.
Yeah.
And then Noah Williams, great ball production. Best ball production corner of the draft. 7 picks last year. And then Jalen Royals around for Rich get richer again.
Jeffrey Besa and Bryshawn Smith too.
But they just didn't have enough star potential.
Yeah, no guys there like, all right, this guy might make a Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
So I agree. Bryshawn Smith, a good kick returner, probably going to be for him. SMU running back. We got the interview. It's on our page as well. Jeffrey Besa, linebacker out of Oregon, good pass defender there. He made a great play on our highlights on in a drill. He deflected a pass. So let's go ahead and move on to the Raiders. Ashton Jeanty, they got their guy. They got their quarterback already. Now they got their running back. What do you think about the Raiders? Are they gonna? I don't want to do a hot take just for, it'll be clickbaity because I think they could make a playoff run. They just did get in there. But what do you think? No.
I like their whole. Well, this is one of the few teams like every pick for. I'll say that.
One of them.
I like every pick. I like Jeanty for running back.
Oh, you like Cam Miller at 6th round? Yeah, oh my God.
6th round is just a flyer, anyways. If it's on a quarterback, any other position, okay, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
You're taking a flyer.
Seth Hennigan is who they should have drafted.
All right, fair enough. But the more I read about Tommy Malott, 6th round pick at receiver, the more I like.
Yes, they said that was a Chip Kelly pick. That was not a Chip Kelly pick. That was a Tom Brady pick because Tom Brady's looking for his next Wes Welker. He's looking for his next Edelman. He's looking for his Edelman. That's what he's looking for. Yeah, I've seen his tape.
His pro day was insane. And then Lindenberg at 7th round. He was at Senior Bowl and he looked great. He had a lot of interceptions that week, man. So he can defend the pass. Tonka Hemingway, one of the best names of the whole draft. Really good pass rushing D tackle. South Carolina had a lot of prospects drafted. I didn't notice they were going to have so many drafted.
Yeah, especially
teams that were kind of sleepy.
Especially with them having a young team.
A lot of good defense. They had 4 guys on defense drafted alone.
Yeah.
And then Pegbush, I like him. He has versatility, man. He could play fullback. He played a lot of fullback. He had 7 rushing touchdowns last year. And then he's a great D tackle too. And then I know you like Caleb Rogers.
Yes, love Caleb Rogers. Great offensive lineman. They played him inside, played him outside, out of Texas Tech. Him, Jonah Monum, Gray Zabel, Emory Jones. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Troy Monum. Oh, I can't believe Jonah Monum got drafted so late. Oh, he's gonna be in the league. Yes, yeah. I thought it was Jets. I thought it was Jets at first, but yeah, Jags. Yeah. I was at the gym when he got drafted, and I was like, I went like that when he got drafted. Oh, love him. MVP the Senior Bowl, caught the game winning pass. Hell yeah, great slot.
Only played corner like 1 or 2 years, but
He's a good gamble.
6'4", 190.
Yeah, you got to take that gamble. You got to take that Flyers. You got to.
I love that pick. I like their whole draft, man. Dante Thornton, round 4. He's a reach a little bit, but he's another athletic profile guy. Is insane. He averaged like 20 yards a catch. He hasn't that many catches, but
yeah,
he played with Nico. I mean,
yeah.
I don't like Nico.
No, I feel it. Then, like you said, Cam Miller, quarterback out of North Dakota State. I think that was mind-boggling, especially with the quarterbacks on the board at that time. My gosh, Seth Hennigan. I wrote a big article about it. I went off on it, man. On our, that's cool. That's great, Tom Brady. And well, congrats. I think Tom Brady was scared Seth Hennigan could have maybe done better what he did. Maybe could have. Yeah, it's possible because I mean, how do you not take Seth Hennigan? My phone's on the ground. I dropped it, but I should pull up the article because I went off on our page and. Yeah, I mean, I just don't see how you don't draft a guy because then it's like you're telling kids or and prospects that level of competition doesn't matter. We want to joke on people saying level of competition doesn't matter. They didn't play anybody, yada yada. But this guy Cam Miller, he only threw for 2,000 yards twice, and then Seth Hennigan threw for 104 touchdowns. He threw for 3,000 yards like 4 times. 4-year starter, G5, which is like P5 junior with Memphis. I mean, they're players. They got guys. And yeah, they got guys. And for him not to get drafted, you put up the good numbers. You never hit the transfer portal. 4-year starter. You get slapped in the face with undrafted. So I know it's a brutal league, and there's a lot of guys that every year for every draft that should have got drafted, but that pick was very mind-boggling, very confusing. But could talk about that all day. But we'll see. Seth Hennigan got picked up. Shout out Jags. But let's go ahead to the Chargers. You gave them a B+. They started off their draft with Amari Hampton, running back out of North Carolina. Love that pick. I think he's an instant guy they have a dynamic team. Justin Herbert getting some more help on the ground and through the air with Trey Harris. But what do you think about the rest of the picks? I don't know. I think B+ maybe a little bit of a reach here, but sell me on it.
Really?
Yeah.
So don't you like it?
I mean, I would be splitting hairs. I would give it like a B.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine.
Yeah, I wouldn't drop it to C.
I mean, I think Mark Conwell's the best pure nose tackle in the draft. They got him 3rd round.
I love that. Love that.
But Kyle Kennard, how about his production in South Carolina last year? Getting him in the 4th round. He had a lot of sacks. Lambert Smith, they almost had an A from me. But Lambert Smith was a reach in the 5th round. There's way better shooters on the board. He's a project.
Yeah.
And then Lawrence Gasson, round 5. He might start there. Who's their tight end? They didn't have a tight end last year at all.
No.
Stone Smart.
Oh no. So you think he's going to start day 1?
His pass catching down for sure. He's one of the best pass catching tight ends in the draft. He can't block. They had
Tyler Conklin and Will Dissly.
Oh, they signed Tyler Conklin.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Yeah.
So
Mickens going 6th round. He was first go 3rd or 4th. So I like that value a lot.
Yeah.
And of course, I love Trick Leagues.
A great name.
Because he's from the UF. Had a great season.
Yeah.
He was next to the last pick. I wish he could have fell one more just so he could have been Mr. Relevant. That would be cooler.
Oh, yeah. Who was Mr. The guy from Memphis was Mr.
Minor.
Yeah. Kobe Minor. Cool. I mean, I think these 3 teams. Yeah, these 3 teams were good. You can tell which teams are playoff teams. They don't have I mean, look, you got the middle team who had a lot more picks than the other 2. You see top and bottom are playoff teams. So, do you think this gets them another win or puts them to another kind of threshold with the Chargers? Do you think they're going to get a playoff win? Yeah, Hampton's going to it's just going to help you out so much with this loaded back class. So yeah, I agree. I think these guys had some good grades here. Some other ones here, which was the Packers, Lions, and Broncos. I don't have the grades on here, but have it on my other one. Yeah, I uploaded the wrong one. So Jade Barron, RJ Harvey. You gave. Let me go ahead. Yeah, I can go ahead and upload it here. Hold on.
Broncos B minus.
And then what do you think about our grades or other grades here?
So I got a B minus for the Broncos. The Packers was a C.
Mm-hmm.
The Lions was a C plus. Broncos gave them a B minus because they just didn't need a corner. Jedi Barron's great value, but
Yeah.
they just needed other things there. They really needed a tight end. I guess there wasn't one on the board draftable, but they would have liked Omar and Hampton here a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
They really needed a back, and then RJ Harvey second round. I don't know if he's between the tackles like starter. I like RJ Harvey a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He was overdrafted too, and then Pat Bryant was a reach. Really, he had a bad combine around 4.6, I think. So I just didn't love what they did. I love Crawshaw around 6 though. Best punter in the draft.
Hell yeah! I mean, hey,
But
you call it a nerd what you want. You can flip that damn field and win the field position battle. Your chances of winning the game go up exponentially. So I agree, man. RJ Harvey is one of the biggest sleepers in this draft as part of backs, even though he went second round. Pat Bryant, great size. I mean, he's a great receiver. Great draft, man. I forgot. Sorry, I don't have the grades on here. I uploaded the wrong one. But Matthew Golden with my Packers. I like you gave a C minus. Yeah, C. I think it could have been a C minus. I'll tell you. I mean, I'm starting to become Frank the Tank on my team. A little bit, even though he's actually becoming a pretty fair fan. Matthew Golden, arguably the best receiver in the draft. Everyone thinks. I like that pick. After that, Savion Williams is a great bright spot. Baron Sorrell, really good upside, possibly. Some people question his motor, but the rest of them, I don't know.
Yeah, the back half of your draft.
God, bro, God, killed it, bro.
I don't know if any of these guys make the team. Michael Robinson, John Williams. You've seen John Williams' film.
Yeah,
Anthony Belton round 2 too. Also, way too high for him. So many other better linemen on the board.
agreed.
He can play tackle or guard, yeah, but I don't know how good he can play either one of them. That's the thing.
I agree.
I didn't love that. And then I just don't think I needed receivers like that. That's the thing.
Receivers, yes, we do. I think we do because they're always hurt. I mean, we're always hurt. I don't think Watson's a number one, and I think you need more receivers when you have a quarterback who's not a max guy. He is obviously he's got the bread. I get it. We paid him, but he's not the guy. I don't want to be a hater, but we need a quarterback, and we're not doing anything until we get a quarterback. Everything that happens until we change our quarterback is a plus to me. I don't have any expectation for my team. Hate to say that. I hate it because at least Dalton's got his young quarterback that I think is a lot better than Jordan Love. And then we got our rivals in the Lions who are getting better by the day, by the year. Tyleik Williams, Tate Ratledge, Isaac Tesla is a sleeper in the draft. Miles Frazier as well, and Dan Jackson, who's a guy you were ranting and raving about as well. Very good sleeper.
Good 7th round pick. I gave him a C plus just because I didn't love Tyleik Williams first round.
Yeah.
He was not projected first round by anybody. He's a run stopper only, really. Not much pass rush upside, and you don't want that in the first round. Tate Ratledge I like a lot. And I like Tesla, but they had traded up and gave up quite a bit for Tesla, and that's the only problem.
Yeah.
There's other good receivers that they could have got if they didn't trade up.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't love that value there.
Yeah.
They needed a better pass rusher before the 6th round.
And they're a team that does it.
They needed a pass rusher.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one thing they need day one. But out of the other positions, they're pretty much set. You know, they don't really need a young guy to show up. They should have. I agree. They should. Yeah, that's. Yeah, I agree, especially because when people are saying you might be a championship team, the draft is important, but not as important.
He went 2nd round. Tyler Booker went 12th.
Love it. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. Tyler Booker was just a little too early for me.
Even Zabel going 18. I love Zabel's game,
but
could you be just as good?
That's where the window opened for me at 18. And that's the earliest I think he should have went, and I love the pick. But I agree. You could have got guys later. This is a weird draft with if you need offensive linemen. I said you should not draft an offensive line if you're first 12. You should trade back. Mimbu was obviously got drafted, and Campbell, but I think Campbell's going to be a proof of like maybe we should have traded back, but we'll see. Got some more grades here. Colts B minus, Texans B plus, Jags with an A minus. After a shitty year, Tyler Warren going to the Colts. Feel bad for him. Doesn't really have a guy to throw it to him. Jalen Travis is a guy who I'm kind of curious about. Riley Leonard. And then who you like here on the Colts list the most? Tyler Warren probably, but any other guys you think make immediate impact?
Oh, I love the DJ Gibbs pick round 5. They needed a backup running back.
Oh yeah.
Jonathan Taylor.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Not had a backup running back.
And Jonathan Taylor didn't have. Yeah, he's not that great. Didn't have that great year.
When he's healthy, he's still pretty good.
Yeah.
He's still pretty good. But DJ Gibbs is a good backup. They needed a good backup. And then I like Tim Smith, 6th round, going Alabama. He played under Saban. He's been there forever, 5 or 6 years.
Crazy.
Just knows, he knows the ball. And then Hunter Wohler, 7th round. He's a Senior Bowl guy. Talked to him. I like him a lot. They could move him linebacker, I heard. Oh, yeah, it says linebacker. So I like that he's going to be a linebacker. 3rd downs, passing downs, he can come in. And then Tumalo, 2nd round, I like. I just don't like the 3rd, 4th round picks, really. So it brings it down to B minus. There's better corners on the board, Justin Wiley's. And then Jalen Travis. He's like the one, me. I know like everybody in this draft. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I didn't know that, guys. Now,
there had to be other tackle prospects better on the board.
Now, do you think? I know there's obviously 2 defensive ends on the field, obviously, but the one they got out of UCLA, Latu, last year, do you think they are kind of out on him or just looking for a pairing with him?
Well, Cody paid him last year. I don't think they're gonna pick up his rookie deal, so they need somebody else anyway.
Opposite of Latu. I mean, we got guys that there's a lot of scary defensive end tandems in this draft. I caught some heat when I put on our Reddit that James Pierce and Jalen Walker were going to be a great tandem, but I think they can go up Schitt's Creek because I think that's a great tandem. I don't care if you traded up for it or not. Who cares if you get wins? Who cares if you traded up for them? Who cares if you? Who cares?
I didn't say great. I think they're solid tandem.
Okay.
I'm in the middle of there.
I feel you.
I don't think they're gonna be bad like some people are saying either, but I don't think they're gonna be top 5 in the league.
Yeah.
Now the Giants got the best pass rush. Might have been a home.
Yeah, I think they're on. I think they are the last slide, which possibly won the whole damn draft. But Texans here got some wide receiver help. No pick in the 1st round. Jaden Higgins, great wide receiver. I think this was something they really needed because Tank Dell obviously hurt, and they lost Diggs as well, which was I think that was going to be an addition by subtraction for them. They're going to get better. I'm kind of nervous of what they did though. And I do like Ursaray and I like Jalen Noel. So this and Woody Marks another one. This is a great draft for them. Graham Mertz, man, a quarterback there from Florida, obviously went down and opened up the window for DJ Lagway. That's the only bad pick I think out of this pick.
That's why I got a plus instead of a B because that's the best.
Oh,
best developmental quarterback pick in the draft. He just screams 15-year backup guy you want in the QB room dissecting plays. He's probably older than you already, honestly. He's a vet in the room. Get Davis Mills out of there. Davis Mills sucks.
Yeah, he's not good.
No, I'm just kidding. Graham Mertz ain't that good, but I'm glad he got drafted.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta be hype if it.
I said he was gonna get drafted. I said he was a draftable quarterback. If you watch the film, he did good. He was very accurate. He just don't have a cannon of an arm. That's why he didn't go higher. He's one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the nation last year. So that's why I got drafted. I love that they kept the Iowa State receivers together.
Yes, I love that. Yeah, that's a great look. I love when teams do that. They say, "Hey, if it's not broke, don't fix it," and we're gonna go ahead and roll with these 2 guys. I think those are great picks. Texans, man. People say they had a sophomore slump with Stroud, but guess what? They were in the playoffs. Right. So I think they weren't as good as they were the year before. Yeah, they weren't. But I don't think it's considered a slump. But let's go ahead and move on with the A- with the Jags. They obviously traded up for Travis Hunter. I seen a video of their GM saying, "Hey, man, there's so many times where I went against my gut feeling and I regretted it. So I said I just went ahead and put my money where my mouth is, and we got our guy. So great pick, I think, in Travis Hunter. We'll see what they do. I think with them getting the cornerback right in the 3rd round, obviously they didn't have a pick in the 2nd round, but we'll see where they play him. Wyatt Millum, good guy. Bashil Tootin, guy we've seen at the Senior Bowl as well. Yeah, I like that.
He's been a bust, kind of.
I agree.
Good year. Last year was a struggle. So.
Ryan Lane from Navy, good DB. Yeah, I think he will. I think.
The 7th round is probably going to
here. Yeah, Jonah Monum. Yeah, Jonah Mona, man. So consistent all week. Played a lot of guard, played a lot of center, little tackle. Yeah, from USC, a great guy, man.
Allen's the best pass catcher back in the draft too, probably.
Yeah, I'm excited
Top
now.
5 at least. I mean, he might be behind Bryshawn Smith, but maybe.
How many touchdowns does Trevor Lawrence throw to Travis Hunter this year?
They said he's playing primarily. What did they say? They didn't say it.
That's why I'm just asking, Penny, how much do you think? Obviously, he has to play wide receiver to get thrown to, but what do you think?
That's what I'm saying.
5? Over under
I was
5.
gonna say that was my number.
5.
That was exactly what I was gonna say.
5 TDs from Hunter first year. I like it. I think that you're gonna at least use him as a Debo.
You could have 0, could have 10 though.
Yeah.
We spread either way.
Oh my
So
God.
that's the thing.
If he goes and throws 10 tutties, he's a boss. I'm getting mad and you can get the bundle right now. It's on sale, I think, for the next couple of days. College football Madden bundle. I mean, go ahead. I'm getting it. Because you can they throw high school back on college football this year, and I'm taking my guy to the league. I don't know why that made me think of it, but
Best part of the draft, though, is like it.
yeah, they did, and I think the Jags they after last year, it's anywhere but up for them. So we'll see. Now another team that didn't make the playoffs, which was kind of broke my heart, even though I'm not a Bengals fan. I just really wanted to see Joe Burrow in the playoffs. They got some guys, Shamar Stewart, who is one of the most wild cards of the draft, depending on who you talk to and where you had him in your board. Demetrius Knight as well, and then the guard Dylan Fairchild, then Jalen Rivers and Taj Brooks, another back that's going to probably help him out first year, make some big third down conversions for him. Barrett Carter as well with the linebacker position. What do you think about this? Does this push them in the playoffs, or what do you think?
I wanted to give a worse grade, but
Yeah.
they did draft by positions they needed. That's the only reason they got the plus thrown on there.
But did they go offense? Did they go offense too early?
No, they needed a guard too.
Yeah.
They got They got a DN and a linebacker. They could have used another corner for sure. They just needed a lot of help on defense. They only had 6 picks though.
Yeah. I agree. I think
Knight was picked way too high though.
Yeah, I agree. Because then they went right back and dipped into linebacker, Barrett Carter. Now, do you think they're going to get in the playoffs next year? No, I don't either. Sadly.
I will be shocked. They're gonna have a terrible defense again. Shamar Stewart, what's he gonna have 2.5 sacks?
Yeah.
Career high for him.
Yeah. No, maybe. I mean,
career high for him in a season that I was on saying.
That's crazy, ain't it? Yeah. And then we've seen the teams like the Cowboys, who I guess they got better. I mean, Tyler Booker is a good guy as well. Siobhan Revel, a lot of guys ranting and raving about him. I don't know. I'm not too sold on him, as a lot of people are. And then Donovan Izaraku, pretty good player as well, edge rusher. So Cowboys, another team that I'm just like,
I love 3 picks.
Change the record on them, man. I'm done.
3 picks. I don't like the rest of them though.
Nah.
Tyler Booker way too early. They had other needs.
Yeah.
You just don't take a guard that early unless you're a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah.
You have a 12 pick, they traded with somebody. You need a guard as a vet. They need other things. They're not good right now. They needed a receiver. I guess it was too early. They would have took McMillan, I think, who's on the board.
All right. Sorry about that. I had some technical difficulties. Okay, so we get back into it. A team I want to really get into, Dalton. Like we talk about the Cowboys, how you didn't really like any of those picks, which I agree. Tyler Booker's. Yeah. Those two, I think, Tyler Booker, Ezra Raku, I think, in my opinion, are my two favorite picks for them. But a team I want to go to, very excited to talk about, is the Browns. Now, two quarterback. This reminds me, now obviously it's not as crazy, but Ricky Rubio, Johnny Flynn. I mean, this reminds me of Ricky Rubio, Johnny Flynn. Okay, I like that. Why did they take Dylan Gabriel? Obviously, they took Shadur in the 5th round, but that was their last pick of the draft. It looks like they were just doing Dion a favor. They got their guy Mason Graham at defensive tackle with their first pick, which I'm on the fence of. I think he's a little too stubby. I think I would like his arms, a little bit longer. But Quishon Judkins, another guy who's pretty good, and Harold Fannin, staying in the state of Ohio, coming from Bowling Green. But everybody's talking about Dylan Gabriel and Shadur Sanders, rightfully so. Questionable picks given their quarterback room. You have to assume Deshaun Watson's going to be in Cleveland still. Deshaun Watson, Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, Shadur Sanders.
Yeah.
Give me their quarterback room week 1. If it's the same, okay. But if it's not, who's in there?
It's going to be Watson, Flacco, and
Shadur. Watson, Flacco, Shadur. They get rid of Pickett and Gabriel.
Nobody wants to trade for Shadur, I don't think.
Now,
so that's why they trade him instead of Gabriel.
Yeah,
Gabriel said Shadur. I don't think anybody want to trade for Shadur after everything coming out.
Now, I think the Dylan Gabriel pick screams DTR with them, right? Their DGR, what was the name?
Yeah, Dorian Thompson. Yeah,
DTR, yeah, just screams DTR with Cleveland. More of a mobile guy, obviously, than Shadur. We get it. But that's the only thing I think he does better than Shadur on the football field, right? I mean, sell me the 3rd round pick Dylan Gabriel if you can.
They had an F until they took Shadur, but the value for him was so good.
Yeah.
About to grade up that high because he was supposed to go 1st round. I mean,
yeah.
You got 5th round, supposed to go 1st round. I don't care. All the issues, whatever. You gotta get a good grade for that pick, so I gave him that. But 2 running backs, didn't like that either.
Yeah.
2 really good running backs, but still. You don't draft 2 running backs either. Not first 4 rounds.
Yeah. I agree. I think there's a few guys in here that you just were can't misses, and some guys were gambles, but there's only about 5 teams that needed quarterbacks. That's something pretty. I think everyone didn't take into account. Yeah, he's a 1st round talent, but after a certain point, pretty much after that 9 spot where New Orleans was, not a lot of teams had needed quarterbacks. Everybody thought Day was going to maybe grab Jalen Milroe, Jackson Dart. We'll get into Jackson Dart in a second. But they got, like you said, good value with Shadur. We've seen that the Toronto Argonauts, they added Shadur Sanders to their negotiation list for the CFL this year. Now, how that's important because it's kind of like waivers. In the CFL, they basically have dibs on him now. So since they added him to this list, if he does choose to go to CFL, they get first dibs on him, which is, I don't know that rule. It's a weird rule. Hey, man, I would. Why wouldn't you? He's not going to start. Why wouldn't you?
I don't know.
They're lucky. I mean, if I'm Shadur, if the UFL started in 2 months, I'm saying I'm going to UFL. F this. I see y'all later on. Maybe if y'all want to have me in the summer for this season, great. But I'm going to go play in the UFL and get some tape. Because, I mean, he's not going to get on the field unless somebody trades for him. Yeah. The first year, I mean, do you see him starting for Cleveland at 1 game this year at all? At least one? It's hard to picture.
Well, Watson's hurt, though, right?
Yeah. Watson's hurt.
So he might start, yeah.
That'd be crazy.
The Browns are a clown show, man.
I know. He went to the worst situation, bro. He went to the worst situation. He went to the worst situation possible.
They had a great situation until he signed Deshaun Watson.
This is gonna work out for him, bro.
They're almost back. They could have been like Detroit.
Oh yeah, Nick Chubb was rocking and rolling. Nick Chubb, I'm excited to see who picks him up.
They kept Baker.
Who picks up Nick Chubb? Who picks up Nick Chubb this year? Buffalo?
Don't matter.
Buffalo.
Fine. Back up.
Come on, Nick Chubb. Fun fact, I had money on him over. I had money on Nick Chubb rushing that day he got hurt. So yeah, they got to see the Browns got to see. I think anybody thought they had it made with Nick Chubb. He was kind of like Arian Foster, right? Just copy and paste 5 yards of carry. You just knew he was going to get it. A guy like that, Derek. Yeah, not maybe a Derrick Henry level, but almost. Nick Chubb's almost Derrick Henry. So
Yeah, he just got hurt.
Nick Chubb ran a mile all over our boy Jake Burba when he played for Louisville. In the bowl game, they went all over him. Yeah, maybe. I was just thinking of a team.
Ray Davis.
Who would he play for?
Ty Johnson.
Who would he play for? Colts backup.
They got Giddens.
Schmiddens. I'd take Nick Chubb over him.
Yeah, true.
So all right, let's get into this last Dalton or second to last here. We got the Rams, who I think possibly, and the Ravens, who I think are 2 and 3 in this draft, in my opinion. I think you are one. Spoiler, but 2 and 3 is right here. Terrence Ferguson, and they also traded back. They're also going to get a first round next year. It's coming to find out they wanted to take Terrence Ferguson with 14th overall or something like that. They really liked him. I know, but they said he was number 1 on their board, on the Rams board. They love him that much.
Oh, they got their guy at least.
Yeah, they got
He's good, but
I love this draft for them. Josiah Stewart, Jarquez Hunter, Ty Hamilton, Chris Paul Jr., not related to Chris Paul, Cliff Paul, and then Mumpfield, who never seen that name in my life. Is he good? Where's he from? Pitt. That's maybe why. Yeah. Why I wish Pitt was good, man. They need to do some new uniforms.
I like their uniforms.
Yeah, they need to do some new uniforms or something. Hopefully, our boy Corey Dailey goes there and just puts them on the map. It's our boy.
That'd be nice, man. Shout out him and shout out Mumpfield though. I like Mumpfield. He might make the team, man.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean,
Chris Paul, undersized linebacker, really produced this year though, so I like him too. And then
I think McVay and them, they're going to be knocking on the door for a Super Bowl in the next 2 years, in my opinion.
They better.
They can do it, man. I think they good. I think they're going to be in the market for a quarterback this year. I think, or next year. I think they're going to be on the hunt, and I think they're going to get a young guy. What if they go ahead and get Shadur? Who knows, But the next team want to go over Dalton is the Ravens. Yeah, Ravens here. Malachi Starks and Mike Green. You add those two first 2 picks. I mean, great value picks. Great value picks. Malachi Starks fell into their lap. So did Mike freaking Green. Nation's leading sack last year. 17.5 sacks. They say he fell for some character issues, but I mean, hey, they don't care. They want ballers. Yeah, they want ballers, man.
Jones too, it's our guy.
Yeah, good. We had an interview with him as well from the Senior Bowl, LSU guy. He dropped a little in his draft stock, kind of when we went to the Senior Bowl. He was a late first rounder, but we kind of knew he's more of a second, third.
Yeah, he's not
late second. He's late second. Yeah, his hands are freaking huge, dude. He's a beast. LSU had 3 offensive linemen there at the Senior Bowl, and yeah, yes. Shout out Kone. Shout out LeJontay Wester. Yeah, LeJontay Wester, he was second in FBS and receptions these past 2 years combined. I think he's going to be an instant relief and great value for the Ravens. I don't care what anyone says. He's going to be good.
I think he'll only play special teams.
Oh, I think you're crazy.
We'll see. And ES Peebles, I like that pick.
Yeah, great. Yeah, another guy from Senior Bowl. Senior Bowl guy, dude. Senior Bowl everywhere. 40% of the draft. Yeah, 41% of the draft is Senior Bowl. I mean, every guy, like, oh, it's a good pick for them. Oh, yeah, Senior Bowl. Oh, that's a good pick for him. Oh, yeah, Senior Bowl. I mean, another guy that wasn't at the Senior Bowl, unfortunately, was Jalen Walker. He didn't need to be. So we will talk about it now. They traded out of next year, so they do not have a first-round pick next year. They got James Pierce out of Tennessee. I don't see how he fell. People question his motor, but I think they have a great tandem here. Coming off the edge. But what do you think of their picks? Obviously you gave it a C, but what do you think? Top heavy?
5 picks.
First 3 I love.
I don't like 2 safeties. You already got Jesse Bates on the roster.
Yeah, he's okay.
Best safety in the league.
Best in the league.
Yeah, he's okay.
Arguably.
Man, that's
top 5. I give him top 5.
Who's better? All right, anyway. I don't like that they took 2 of them. Neither one. Xavier Watson's great. But
yeah.
Coleman, a bit redundant.
Yeah.
Another great player, and then you don't have a 5th or 6th rounder. It just sucks.
Yeah.
Can't get no depth pieces. They just ain't no depth pieces, so
I agree.
It sucks. Walker and Pierce have to produce.
They have to. They have to get that value for that pick and justify them making that move. I agree. But if it does work out, I mean, there'll be another team on the list of just 2. Another team that has great defensive ends coming off the edge. So, we've seen the Chiefs lost the Super Bowl because they had guys in their face. So if they can get guys in other guys' face, they're trying to get some dubs and emulate that. So I like it here. B+, A, and a C kind of cover all boards here. As far as decent picks. which will bring us to our last three, Dalton, which I didn't put this on purpose because I actually upload, it goes backwards and what uploaded. So uploaded your team first. Should have talked about your team first, but let's save the best for last because I think you all won the draft. Congratulations to the Giants. I want to say that. I'll give you a round of applause. Well, he's going to help you now. You got your guy down the road with Jackson Dart, who I think is going to help you. You got an absolute steal in Darius Alexander. First step off the line's insane. Give me your thoughts on who you got in the draft. And home runs, I think, here.
Tebow, Mimbu, and Fedone, too.
God.
I mean, come on. So every pick's great.
Great picks.
I could give us an A just without the minus. Don't want to be too much of a homer.
Hey, I love the A. I think it's the best draft. But you on Ravens and Rams.
Getting Edel Carter and then still getting Dart. It's crazy. Everybody has, early on in the draft process, taking quarterback 3 overall. So we'll be able to get Carter and Dart. That's awesome. Most people think Carter's second best player in the draft. So we'll see.
We'll see.
Michael Parsons comp. If he is a good Michael Parsons,
watch out.
You ain't going to be able to throw the ball on us. I'll say that.
Yeah. I love it, man. I think it's a great draft. I think you obviously.
He's going to start too.
That was a great pick. That's where it's like, okay, we're getting a lot better. Then you throw in Scatabo, who is a guy who's a dual threat guy. As he can catch the ball at the backfield. He's an effort guy. He's going to use his freaking head to get the first down. And then you go Imbo, who's the best value. Yeah, the best. He is the best value offensive lineman this late was Imbo and Vincent from. So
I mean, he could have went second or third, and it would have been a shot.
Love it.
So, and then Fedone, I love him. He's George Kittle after the catch. So great draft.
I'm glad you brought that up. Kittle got a 5-year extension. What do you think about that? $80 million. I think that's a little too long for him, considering his career, how old he is now. 5 years, bro.
Yeah, I think it'll be good either, bro.
They don't have a quarterback. 5 years. I think that was the nail in the coffin right there. I think they keep him. $50 million.
They're gonna be done.
They're done.
They're already done.
They're done. They're done. So
see y'all later.
I agree. And then maybe. I mean, I think they're gonna have to make a GM change or head coach change. Obviously, the head coach will probably be the first to go, and Shanahan. But
don't get rid of Lynch.
Yeah, that's what I think. Lynch is. He's not good. Both will probably be gone in the next 2 to 3 years. But a team that hopefully is not in my nightmares for the next 2 to 3 years is the Chicago Bears. Colston Loveland being taken and Luther Burden, 2 pretty good value picks. You throw in Shamar Turner, then I think they definitely earned their B+ grade right here. It's a good draft for them. I think a lot of people thought they were going to go running back. So very surprised they didn't get a running back, until the very last round, honestly. Wouldn't be surprised if they sign a couple guys, give them a camp look. But nonetheless, good look. Gave some cushion there for Caleb, the tight end, a guy, a close target. And then you got a guy hopefully is going to be open downfield in Luther Burden. I don't know about him. Supposedly he's got some, character issues. And then you got some comfort as well with Ozzie Trapilo, giving you some protection up front. What do you think about the first, half of this Bears draft and what's it going to do for them?
They go 12 personnel.
Yeah.
It's going to be over.
Love it.
And Komet, and then their Doomsday and DJ Moore.
Love it. Love you bringing up that because I think a lot of these teams are going to be going jumbo 12 personnel that are going to be Colts are one of them, and a couple other guys.
They really don't have another good tight end.
But they always have a dark horse guy.
Kyler Granson.
They'll have a dark horse guy. They'll have a dark horse guy.
They've had the worst tight ends in the league for like 10 years.
I know, but they'll have a dark horse guy. Everybody that got a young guy, he was good.
They haven't had a guy.
Western Kentucky product, but
he was good.
Now we do have Walter Nolan going first round here for the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are going to have a very big year. They're going to make me and anyone else who's smart a lot of money in the NFL this year. Yeah, I'm going to be betting on the Cardinals a couple times this year. I think Kyler Murray, I like him now. He's won me over this past. He's won me over this past year. I just saw some footage of the GoPro on his helmet. The fact he can see over any offensive lineman is freaking crazy. Yeah, no. Hats off to you, bro. Hats off to him. Yeah. It's really exciting.
Last year, and I was like, okay.
I would like to. He is the only player I would love to see go play baseball too, though. Please go play. Just do it. Just go do it. Come on, just go do it. Go be no expectation in baseball. I think Michael Jordan scarred a lot of these guys. If Michael Jordan would have been a guy, and if Bo Jackson wouldn't have got hurt, it would have been different. Deion obviously was the most. I don't know. They say he was that guy. He was the best one out of all of them. Like I think all the dual. Yeah, and then
there's better players, and like he's a prospect. He would have been a prospect. He wasn't gonna go straight to the league.
No,
that's how baseball works.
Yeah,
he still might be in the minors. He chose baseball.
That's rare though. That's rare they go straight to the league. And,
it happens more nowadays.
Yeah,
when he was drafted, it didn't happen often. That's what I'm saying. So he might still be in the minors.
What do you think about Jordan Birch? Third round.
Pick, man. Third round. He's good.
I like that too.
I like Cody Simon. I like how they went all defense pretty much. They needed that, but they didn't need another receiver. They didn't get one. That
is true.
I'd like to see him get a receiver.
Yeah, that is kind of puzzling because
Michael Wilson, Martin Harrison, they need a 3 for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. So that is all the grades, man. I think your team is probably arguably who won the draft. In my opinion, honestly, I think it was a great draft. We covered it from pretty much from the Senior Bowl on. We pretty much covered the draft. 3 mock drafts. You were pretty much responsible for all the mock drafts, which I think you did a hell of a job on. A lot of these guys are. We'll say it first, say it again. Cornerstone pieces. And some guys that are going to help some teams get some wins right now. Yeah, they were first round grades. They got drafted first round. Yeah, I love it. Maybe we see some of these guys that we've seen these past couple weeks go first round in Elite 11. We will see. But do a quick recap for anyone who's caught it. Shout out to everyone that's been tuning in on YouTube and Rumble. We've been getting some of our views, man, on X, on Twitter, wherever. I think this got like 19,000 or some 15,000. So shout out to everyone that's been taking a look. And these guys deserve it because we've really come across some really talented quarterbacks these past couple weeks, and especially this last couple weeks. So. And then we are going to have our official 2026-2027 quarterback watch list. This is something that I'm taking just as much pride as in. We do our mock drafts and our grades. Everything we do is prediction-wise because, we've seen some dogs this past year. We're coming up on a year. I did some account this weekend. We're like 30-something episodes in, which seems like we've done more. But I thought it was like I thought we were – yeah, it makes sense. But it feels like we've done more, man. And come a long way. And some of these guys, we're going to be seeing in college. So we got Jason Wright's going to be his first year of college in Buffalo. Jameer Scott's in Wisconsin. Jameer Spain is going D2. He's going to probably get on the field year 1. So shout out. And very excited, man. Very excited. I think any thoughts here? Obviously, every draft pick was just going over an extent. Not a lot of people covered the draft as much as we did. I know we know a lot of guys that cover the draft, but man, we've pretty much nailed it. And pretty much moving on. People are doing their way too early mocks. I'm not too in it. I want to see. All right, let's see what's coming up for the college season. So we went over transfer portal. Your Gators got a lot of pressure on them, a little or a lot.
A lot after winning the championship in basketball.
Oh hell yeah, that is true. That's true.
You better be good too.
Does it? But I think it could take it off from the. Well, we won basketball. Well, if you get blown, we won. At least we won basketball. You don't have that outlook on it. I'm glad.
We just want to win the next sport now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we had our money.
Yeah.
It was fun. We wanted.
You want that feeling again.
But now we got to move on and win football. Lightweights got to be the answer. We got a great sophomore running back. I love our team, man. We got a lot of first round talent next year.
I'm excited for Lagway. I would love us to get interview with Lagway or something in a press conference. Try to get down there for a game or something. We'll see. Now basketball. Well, it's in my brain. Supposedly y'all might get Boogie Fland. Did you hear about that?
Yeah. We're in the race for like all kinds of people.
I know, but y'all got bro.
Claude,
and then
USC average 16 a game. Might get him. Got AJ Brown from Ohio.
Yeah,
he's a beast.
That's what I saw. And then somebody just added somebody from a big guy from. Yeah.
How officially came back.
Yeah.
Second rounder. So
yeah.
He'll probably go first next year.
Yeah.
He's gonna play the 3 now. He's gonna add that to his game. So I mean, he can play 3 to the 5. In the NBA, you know, they got small ball all the time. He can play the 5.
He's not gonna do anything in the NBA.
I think he's gonna be.
If he gets the NBA check, shout out. I hope the best for him, but him getting an NBA check is hard to picture.
Nah, dude.
See, better.
You need to go back and watch some film.
Okay.
Like for real.
I agree.
He is awesome.
I do need to watch it. What I watched him was just like, he's a good college player.
He dunks on people.
Yeah.
It's like crazy.
DJ
he can dribble the ball down the court, pull up threes, step back. Like he's got it all in his bag for real.
Yeah.
That's why
he reminds me of like a bigger version of Dalton Connect. Yeah. Caravan's coming back.
Yeah, that's good.
He's not that good. Did you see where Mahaney went? UCSB, California Bakersfield. He ain't good.
Dang.
Yeah, I know. Victim of the transfer portal.
Terrible year last year.
Not good. But yeah, it's a little insight for college basketball.
Gonna be good, though,
I like y'all's chances to maybe run it back, honestly. Kentucky's going to be really tough, and Louisville's going to be really tough, too.
Florida, man, all 3 of them are going to be right up there.
Yeah, they are. I think a lot of those guys.
Dude, that could be the Final Four. If it's Louisville, Kentucky, Florida, I'm going.
I love that. I love it.
I would have went this year, but, I had a flight already that day.
Yeah.
Terrible timing.
I love it. Okay, so that pretty much wraps it up, man. Catch us next Thursday. Catch us on socials. We're going to be doing some content as well, off season, man. Some college football content, do some gaming, maybe do a dynasty online, step by step with you all. We'll see. But like I said, we're having our quarterback list come out. Before we head out, Dalton, you got any final words?
Good, man.
Good.
Good show.
Phil, shout. Yeah, I got a lot in.
Talked about a lot.
Yeah. That's a wrap on the NFL draft. Covered it, pretty extensively, and we'll turn it around to college football preseason as we get into it. Kind of do some predictions, some depth chart stuff as well, some grades on some guys, and get to rolling as well as our quarterback list. So be on the lookout. We might probably going to drop another quarterback highlight tape maybe tomorrow. I usually like to give those guys a full day in between of releasing them, so we're not just bombarding, because we want to give those guys them chance of, being on top of our page for a day or two. So go ahead and look at our page. Go look at Terry Walker the third's highlights, as well as Bryshawn Brown from Elite 11. But we'll leave you on that note, everyone, and y'all have a great night. Peace.
See y'all later.
Peace.